Texas is famous for doing things big. Big trucks, big stakes, and big drama. But what happened inside Dallas Stadium on June 14th, 2026, wasn't just big. It was an absolute, undisputed soccer masterclass that left 80,000 fans screaming for mercy. Welcome back, football family. If you thought the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America was going to be a predictable walk in the park for the traditional giants, you were dead wrong. Group F just blew wide open. The total football of the Netherlands met the tactical discipline and lightning-fast speed of the Samurai Blue from Japan. Most analysts on ESPN and Fox Sports predicted a tactical chess match, a slow, grinding 1-0 European victory. Instead, we got a premium-tier, back-and-forth, physical heavyweight brawl that wasn't settled until the absolute final seconds of the match. To understand why this game became an instant World Cup classic, we have to look at what was at stake. Group F isn't a group, it's a meat grinder. With Sweden and Tunisia waiting in the wings, dropping 3 points in the opening match is essentially a death sentence for your World Cup dreams. The Dutch arrived in America with one mission: redemption. They have the pedigree, the history, and a squad dripping with elite European talent. Led by Ronald Koeman, the Oranje set up in their classic aggressive system, looking to dominate possession, exploit the wings, and physically bully the Japanese defense. But Japan? Japan doesn't flinch anymore. The Samurai Blue have evolved from underdogs into genuine cold-blooded giant killers. They don't need 70% possession to destroy you. They operate like a premium Swiss watch, precise, incredibly fast, and ruthlessly efficient on the counterattack. For the American and Canadian fans watching in the stands, this was the ultimate clash of styles. It was the raw, unadulterated physical power of European football against the hyperspeed, high IQ transitional play of Asian football. The atmosphere in Dallas was electric. Tailgate parties outside the stadium stretched for miles, mixing Texas barbecue with Dutch Heineken and Japanese sake. The stage was set, the lights were blinding. It was time for war. When the referee blew the whistle, the Netherlands immediately tried to suffocate Japan. They controlled a staggering 60% of the ball in the first half. The Dutch midfield looked like a well-oiled machine, shifting the ball from left to right, trying to find a gap in the Japanese armor. But Japan's defensive block was an absolute brick wall. Every time Crescencio Somerville or Xavi Simons tried to cut inside, they were met by 2, sometimes 3 blue shirts. Japan's discipline was hypnotic. They didn't chase the ball, they waited for the Dutch to make a mistake. And when Japan did win the ball, oh man, they turned into a Ferrari on an open highway. Their transitions were so fast they almost gave the Dutch center-backs whiplash. By halftime, the scoreboard read 0-0. To the untrained eye, it was a scoreless stalemate. But to the soccer purists in the stadium, it was a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Both managers went into the locker room knowing that the first team to blink would pay the ultimate price. And then came the 51st minute. If you need a definition of raw, unadulterated physical power, look no further than Virgil van Dijk. The Dutch earned a corner. The Japanese defenders did everything right. They marked their targets, they held their ground. But you cannot coach size, and you certainly cannot stop a runaway freight train. Van Dijk timed his run to perfection, rose into the Dallas air like an NBA superstar going for a poster dunk, and smashed a bullet header past the helpless Japanese keeper. 1-0 Netherlands. The Dutch fans in the stadium turned Dallas into a sea of roaring orange. It felt like the definitive knockout blow. The European giants had broken the lock, and historically, once the Netherlands get ahead, they lock down the game and pass you to death. But someone forgot to translate that script to the Japanese bench. If you think Japan was rattled, you clearly haven't been paying attention to world football. 6 minutes later, literally 360 seconds after falling behind, Japan responded with pure, unadulterated venom. In the 57th minute, Japan intercepted a lazy pass in the midfield. Before the Dutch defense could even reset their lines, the ball was fed to Keito Nakamura. Watch this footage closely. Nakamura doesn't panic. He takes one touch to settle, cuts inside, and unleashes an absolute heat-seeking missile into the top corner. Boom! 1-1. The Japanese fans went absolutely ballistic. It was a world-class strike that reminded everyone why the World Cup is the greatest sporting event on planet Earth. No lead is safe. No team is untouchable. With the game tied at 1-1, the tactical chess match was officially thrown out the window. This was now a street fight. Both teams were trading punches like prime Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. And in the 64th minute, it was the Netherlands' turn to flash their premium star power. Enter Crescencio Somerville. The electrifying forward picked up the ball on the left flank. He faced down his defender, executed a filthy step-over that left the Japanese fullback grasping at air, and coolly slotted the ball into the far post. 2-1 Netherlands. It was a moment of pure individual magic. A VIP-tier finish from a player who thrives under the bright lights. The Dutch thought they had survived the storm. They started slowing down the tempo, passing backward, trying to run out the clock. It looked like a masterclass in game management, but the beautiful game always has one final twist in the tail. 8/98 minute. The Dutch fans are already celebrating in the stands. The commentators are wrapping up their notes. The referee is looking at his watch. Japan wins a desperate corner kick. This is it, the final roll of the dice. The ball is whipped into the box, curling away from the keeper. The Dutch defense switches off for a fraction of a second, and that is all Daichi Kamada needed. Kamada makes a brilliant ghost-like run to the near post, leaps into the air, and directs a stunning header into the back of the net. 2-2. Absolute unfiltered pandemonium in Dallas. The Japanese bench emptied onto the pitch. The Dutch players stood frozen like statues, completely stunned by what had just occurred. When the final whistle blew, the scoreboard read 2-2, a point piece, a fair result for an absolutely legendary battle. Japan proved once again that they belong on the elite stage, while the Netherlands showed flashes of brilliance but exposed some critical defensive vulnerabilities that Sweden will surely try to exploit this coming Saturday. Group F is officially a powder keg. Who do you think was the real MVP of this match? Was it Van Dijk's leadership or Kamada's ice-cold composure under pressure? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the most premium, in-depth 2026 FIFA World Cup coverage on YouTube. Until next time, football fans, keep it locked and enjoy the beautiful game.